Ladies and gentlemen, welcome to episode 79 of the Progressive Podcast. It's your host, Mietani and Edmilson. And if you are listening to this, please take some notes.
All right.
It's
cool. Good to be back.
It's good to be back, you know.
Back in the saddle.
Yes, sir. We're back in the kitchen. And I think before we get into, the podcast episode for today, we just do want to note that the reason why, there is no like audio visual is that, we're still pretty much settling down.
Yeah.
In Joburg, we're still, settling down and also just finalizing a couple of venue stuff. But we are excited. Hopefully in the next episode, we will be in our new home.
Yeah.
But really, there's only one way to find out. But anyways, cool. So let's get into the gist of things. We got a nice icebreaker. This is part 2 of our goal setting episode. So here's the icebreaking question. Have you ever set a goal that seemed brilliant in theory, but turned into a spectacular comedy of errors?
Myself.
Yeah.
I mean, it has happened. It has happened before.
Yeah, me too, man. Oh man. Anyways, you guys let us know. Share your most entertaining goal settings, like mishaps, in the comment sections. Let's hear it, But Jimmy, man, how you doing? We back, we settling down. How you feeling?
That's a great question, man. That's a great question. I'm excited to be back. And and it's just I'm just excited. It's great to be back and kind of getting into the whole vibe of student life and just with everyone here and seeing friends, seeing new faces.
Oh yeah.
And classes will be starting today actually. It's Monday. Classes are starting today, so
100%.
That's exciting stuff, and now I'm just excited to be here, excited to be back, excited to get to work really. It's pretty simple this time. Nothing too intense. We've had some intense ones.
No, man. I guess on my side, I share the same sentiments, and I think it's a new year, new problems to fix, more bread to make, and there's a lot of exciting things, like you said, also like meeting new people and new environments, honors also starts for me today, my post-grad, so really looking forward to seeing what's what we can cook,
what the journey entails.
What the journey entails, really. So like, I mean, you've touched a bit on it, but like, are there any like specific things you're looking forward to this week?
This week specifically?
Yeah.
It's gonna sound strange, but I'm looking forward to seeing the composition of my class because I'm sure it will be different from last year. Some people will probably have left for various reasons, so it'll just be interesting. And I believe we'll probably be put into groups for our businesses this week as well, so I'm excited just for that. And for the time being, that's all.
That's real. Real. I think for me, it's about I think also seeing the composition of my class as well. I had a chat with my what's the position called, like production course thingy, like
coordinator.
Course coordinator.
Okay.
And she says there's about like seven of us.
So you don't know who it is. You just
I know a few.
Oh, okay.
I know a few, but I think I'm the only guy.
Oh.
Which is crazy. So I'm looking forward to that. I got an audition today as well, so that's one thing. And then also looking forward to seeing the productions, the pitches, because we work on like one production the whole year.
Oh, right.
So I'm looking to see how that pitching process will go and everything. I have a concept that working on.
So
anyways, man, we'll see how it goes. Also, my visa needs to come out, so I'm looking forward to hearing like an update on my visa.
Oh yeah. That's also. One thing I can say is I'm grateful that for the most part I haven't had as many issues as last year. I wouldn't have been able to afford to start this year like I started last year.
In a way, boy,
it wasn't gonna work. It wasn't gonna work.
100%.
Yeah.
Yeah, cool. So we're gonna go into goal setting this time round, and just a part two, and I did touch a bit on what kind of went south for me and everything, right? But like I think in this episode really just want to really have more of a discussion and just share what just the nuances really.
Try to just expand on the concept on a more personal level.
Hopefully you guys will be able to not hopefully you guys will take something away from this. That's one thing. So I think to kick us off, the one thing, I still haven't set my goals for the year, and now I understand, that may raise a few question marks, like, dude, like it's the 12th of February, still haven't set your goals, and I'll tell you why. Because today I start that other aspect of my life, which is my studies, right? And by the end of this week, I'll most probably have my goals set, because I don't like setting goals for me, right? And then, I don't know, Dumi, you share what you think and what it's like for you. But for me, I like to experience like the start of everything, so once all aspects of my life are kind of like set in stone, because like I can't set goals saying, okay, I want to read X amount of books, but then now I have to be at school from like 9 to 5 every day. Then now it kind of affects how much I can read, and how much I can go to the gym, or how much I can do this, or how much I can do that, so I'm really just waiting to see how this is going to pan out, because then that will give me an idea of actually how much time I actually have. Because last week, bro, we were cruising, man. We were waking up like midday, dude. Like we were just cruising last week, and that's not a good reflection of how much time you actually have, because
no, it's not.
That week before you start school, man. So so for me, really, I haven't set my goals yet, and that is why, because I want to get a really good understanding of how much time I actually have, how much time is actually mine, and how much time is actually to going towards my work, my school, and all of that stuff.
I mean, for myself, I would say that I won't say that the exact goals are set, but I know very well the areas where the goals that I need to have set are in. And for example, for like my progressive athlete work, I already have my goals for that. That I already have. Everything else will actually be based on, like you said, after that first week, just so that I can understand how much can I actually do realistically. Because one thing that I learned last year is that sometimes we try to take on too much that's not even for us to take on. Stuff that's not for us, stuff that's maybe for other people to take on. So if you hone in on what you're supposed to take on based on your abilities, what are your strengths, then you will do the best. And just hone in and do those things excellently, or do those things well, do those things consistently. So that's what I would say.
100%, man. 100%. And you touched on something very, very, very crucial, like taking on things that you're not meant to be taking on. I mean, this is something like I think we've said in our meetings, for our podcast meetings, I think our team meetings, it's really just about managing how much we can take given our current capacity as well. Because, and I think I wouldn't say this is the cons of setting goals, but it's one of the downsides. I guess you could say, theoretically speaking, it's a con. But, you set goals, but then this goes back to that whole goal setting framework, setting SMART goals, and the R in SMART, being realistic. If you set a goal where you want to put on 50 kgs of muscle, of lean muscle, that's quite unrealistic. If you want to do it in a year, 50 kgs, and there's only 12 months, 50 kgs, that means you'd have to be putting on a kg of lean muscle every week without miss the whole year.
That's
in a 52-week year.
That'd be difficult.
That's very difficult. On paper, it makes sense. It's just 1 kg.
Just 1 kg.
But your body has hormones, you've got stress, you need like a very good, like precise eating plan, and like you kind of have to be realistic with yourself, you know, and then life happens. You'll get a heartbreak. You might, you know, you win and you lose in life. And there's days where you know, like it's so strict and you have to be so dedicated. I'm not saying it's
your body
impossible,
weight fluctuates a lot.
Your body fluctuates a lot,
yeah.
right? Depending on, you know, where you are in this life, and also just your genetic makeup as well is very important to consider.
Yeah.
So that's the thing, you know, you'll set goals and you'll be like, okay, cool, this makes sense. And then it doesn't make sense 2 weeks into it. Where you're like, okay, I actually thought this was practical, but it really wasn't, you know, that practical, you know. It actually reminds me of a time where I was doing some work for my mom and dad. No, I think it was for my dad, right? This was when I was working in their factory, and you know, I was given targets, and I remember we were on the production line, right? And then I was like, no, man, I know the goals you have, but this is not practical.
Yeah.
This was 2 days after being told this is what you need to achieve this month. This is what we need to be doing every month. And I said, no, man, this is not practical because, and you see, when you're making your goals, you need to go down to the minute detail.
Yeah.
Because on the production line, we saw that an extra 30 seconds affected the quality of our product. So we cut that down. And you see, this is the thing. Your goals are a constant change, or this constant adaptability. Because we cut the time by 10 seconds. I'm like, okay. And we cut it down by 15 seconds. And we found that 15 seconds cutting down 15 seconds, right? And at that temperature, gave us our best product, gave us the best quality of our product. So you need to kind of look at, you know, your life and say, okay, cool. If I spend 30 minutes on social media a day, right? If I spend 3 hours on social media a day, that's screen time.
Yeah.
But then now you cut that thing to like, you know what? I want to spend an hour on social media. Like an hour is all I have for social media every day. Then you now start to see, oh, okay, cool. I'm less anxious. I'm less stressed. I'm less annoyed. My brain is not fogged up, you know, because like social media, man, can really, really mess you up.
That's true.
You know, like there's so much going on in the world. Like you can really crank up your anxiety.
You can get taken in, like you've mentioned before, like rabbit holes. You can go down a rabbit hole of something that has nothing to do with you.
Yeah. Things you have no control over as well.
Yeah, exactly.
You know, especially with all these wars going on. Like, I don't like to watch the news because, one, nothing good comes from the news anymore. Nothing good comes from the news anymore.
Yeah.
It's very rare that you go to the news and you smile. Two, like there's just, because of that, so many bad things going on. And then what annoys me is that if I have no control over, if I can't impact a situation, right, then like it kind of renders me powerless, right?
Yeah.
You know, so then now you're seeing all these things happening around the world. Yeah, you can share on social media, but freedom was not, you know, brought by hashtags, unfortunately.
Not fair, yeah.
Hashtags didn't give us independence. You know, those actions at the end of the day.
Yeah.
As crazy as that may seem, awareness is good, right? You can tell people that we have this product, but if you're not making any sales, then it's
not
tough. It's a harsh. I know it's crazy to say.
It's
the reality. That's just what it is.
Yeah.
So yeah, nah, man.
Yeah, no, and I want to hone in on what you said there.
Yeah.
Some like, if you can't control that thing, then what can you really do about it? Like if it's something that's out of your control, if you just stay on that, then it's just you're gonna lose your mind. And I think it's interesting that you hit on that, because that's kind of the point. You know, if we haven't highlighted this already, might as well highlight it now. The point of this whole season 10 and every topic that we will go through from here is you must look at it through the lens of focus on what you can control. That's the point of the season, basically. So every topic will be somewhat based on that premise, is the focus on what you can control, because that's what we need to do in order to continue going forward, whether that's goal setting or anything else. You have to focus on what you can control, because everything else that you can't control, it's out of your jurisdiction. All you will do if you try to control those things is you'll just lose yourself, your mind, and you'll just get, like you said, anxious, and that can affect you. You know, one thing that I think I've learned just about life in general is that you think that everything is linear, and you think that, you know, just sometimes 1 + 1 is 2, when that's not the case. It's a lot of different factors affect you as a whole. That's why you were saying that the whole, you know, if you want to gain 50 kilograms of lean muscle, right?
Yeah.
Like, even just between the two of us, it wouldn't, even if the two of us were on the same meal plan from now till the end of the year, it wouldn't be quite the same, purely because, you know, there's just so many factors that can affect you. And so that's why, pardon me, it's important to, stay focused on what you can control. And social media, for the most part, man, you can't control it.
You can't control it.
You can't control it. What you can do is, like, on your own personal page, is kind of narrow the things that come into you. So, like, the pages that you follow, you can do that. That's the best thing that you can do. But control it completely, you'll never do that. So.
Yeah, it's not like practical, man.
Yeah.
You know, and for me, this year, I'm all about the practicalities. I want to, I question everything and ask, how practical is that? You know?
Yeah.
And what makes sense practically? And if what makes sense practically is us having 10 clients, let me just cap it at 10 clients, or we cap it at 10 people attending our SIMP workshops.
Yeah.
That's what's practical. Yeah, be a simp. Yes, we'll talk about that a bit later.
Yeah.
If that's what's practical, then that's what we need to do. You know, at the end of the day, it's really all about practicality. You know, because you know what hurts people sometimes is that when you don't hit your goals, man. Like, hey, man, it hurts. You know, and it could go two ways. You're gonna flip the switch, or you're not gonna touch the switch at all.
Yeah.
You hear what I'm saying? It's either you're gonna flip the switch, or you're not gonna touch the switch at all. And flipping the switch, it means that, okay, cool. I will show myself. I'm gonna do this for me because this is what I need to do. Or, man, like, this thing is maybe really not that attainable, as attainable as I thought it would be. So yeah. Let's get into some tips. Let's give you guys some nuggets. All right. Let's give you guys some nuggets that we think that are crucial. Not crucial, right? But some important things to take into account for like, you know, setting your goals and everything. So yeah, Jimmy, take us away, bro.
Yeah. So the first thing that you should really consider with regards to goal setting is you've got to dream wildly and then plan boldly. So you have to start with audacious dreams that make your heart race. Then you gotta craft a plan that's as adventurous as your imagination, you know, and you kind of unleash the power of unconventional thinking to fuel your goals, you know. So you gotta kind of look at it in a different way and make it, how can I say, make it an adventure for you kind of thing. Like, set it up for you in I don't know how exactly you do that, but maybe there's certain milestones along the way. When you hit this goal, then, you know, you've got to do something fun, you know, or you got to hike a mountain. I don't know, something like that, you know.
Yeah.
So, yeah. The second thing I'd say is fail forward, or, you know, look at failure as a friend. You know, you have to embrace failure as a companion on the journey and not an enemy to avoid.
Yeah.
Because I think it's funny, we were actually speaking about this before. In order for you to go to those unknown places, you have to stop fearing the unknown, fearing the failure. You have to be able to kind of, because you can only do so much by knowing or seeing everything. There's a certain point where you have to, you know, be like, you know what, I don't fear this not working out anymore. You just have to take that step. And so failure is a part of the journey. And so just accept that there will be moments when you fall, and you have to keep going. And it's funny, yesterday I was actually thinking about this. I was thinking, you know, I have to go again, right? Yeah. And the reason why I have to go again is because if I don't, for me personally, there's no reason to live, really. Like, if I be honest, there's no reason to live. So I have to go again. I have no other choice. And so if I fall, I fall, but I still have to keep going. And so, yeah, that's just something that I was thinking about yesterday. And then last, or let me not say last but not least, but the third tip I would say is mix playfulness with purpose.
Yeah.
So, just inject a dose of playfulness into your goal setting process. Use creativity, humor, and just have a lighthearted approach that can make the path to success enjoyable. Because one thing we've understood is that it more often than not, it's about the journey and not necessarily the end point. When you get to the end point, what makes it great is that you can appreciate the tough or interesting journey that you've gone on. So it is important to have fun, be playful. I think that's an aspect that we've managed to capture from the beginning and maintain, like personally, like in everything that we do. There's always like a laugh here and there, a joke, some banter. I think I'm grateful that at least we that's not something we've struggled with, so yeah, man.
Bands are good, bro. Bands are good, bro.
Yeah.
Nah, that is so real, man. Nah, shout out. I hope you guys are taking notes. So I've got 3 more, right? And wow, that was good.
Yeah.
So cool. So tip number 4, right? Is flip the script on fear. Right? Instead of fearing the unknown, make it your playground. Challenge traditional fears by viewing them as exciting opportunities for growth. You have to be unorthodox. All right. You have to, I was having a conversation with myself earlier today, and it was this thing of you will never have it all figured out. Right?
Oh,
the only way you will ever have it figured out is if you choose to settle on that level.
That's crazy, bro. Yeah. Oh, man.
You will never have it figured out unless you stay at the same level.
That one hit me fresh, guys. That one hit me fresh.
You'll never have it figured out until, unless you stay at the same level. Because think about it, like, I know we're going on a bit of a tangent here, but like we've all played a game of some sort, whether it's Candy Crush or GTA, Dragon Ball Z, Skyrim,
Call of Duty,
so but forth. Each game has like that level, and every time you play, when you play a level that you've aced it, like there's no pressure.
Yeah.
But now every time you level up, you really never have it fully figured out because you're learning everything in real time.
On the go, yeah.
So flip that script on fear, man. That's what that's a bar right there. Celebrate, unconventional milestones. And here's what I mean. Here's what I mean by that. Break away from conventional milestones. Celebrate the unconventional victories, right? The small, quirky wins that make your journey uniquely yours, right? Revel in the unexpected moments that define your success story. Something as small as, what can I say? Okay, I'll say this. So I'll say in my journey as an artist, right, as an actor, I celebrate auditions that didn't go well, and it's not just any random auditions. It's auditions for like big organizations.
Yeah,
I've had the opportunity to audition for Marvel. I've had the opportunity to audition for Intel, right? The guys who make the chips for all your computers, right? So like those are some wins that I get to take away in my life. I've auditioned for Netflix a few times. I've auditioned for CakeNet, which is an Afrikaans. But you see, those are things that I look back on and I'm like, you know what? Yes, I didn't book those things, but that is a sign that it's gonna come.
Yeah, I'm doing something right. If I can just get into those rooms, get invited into those rooms, I'm doing something right.
Doing something right. Yeah. And I've auditioned for Sprite. I think that was the biggest. I didn't go far enough to know how much I was going to get paid for the other ones. But I know Sprite was the biggest audition with the biggest amount of money on the line. I think that one was about R500,000.
Yeah.
And I auditioned twice. There were 2 separate auditions for a similar. There was one that was the R500,000 one was like a longer content piece, and then there was one which was a $250,000, 250, which was like a shorter piece of the bigger audition.
Oh, okay.
So celebrate those things, man. Yes, that money isn't in my account, but it will be one day.
Yeah.
So celebrate the unconventional milestones, right? And then the last one is create a goal gallery, right? A goal gallery. Visualize your goals through a unique lens by creating a visual gallery. Use drawings, symbols, or even memes to represent your aspirations. I love the memes, man. This unconventional approach, right, turns your goals into a vibrant personal art exhibit that keeps you inspired and motivated. So I guess at the end of the day, this could be what they call like a vision board.
Yeah,
like a vision board. You know, so really do romanticize. And I think I saw this on Tendani status.
Yeah,
romanticize your life a little bit.
Interesting.
Yeah, spice it up here and there.
Yeah.
But anyways, let's get
Speaking of spicing it up.
Yeah. Yeah.
I'm not gonna get too much into that. Oh man, if it's the 12th, right? 12th of Feb. So
12th of Feb. Anyways. 2 more days. Anyways. But anyways, so let's get into our quote of the week. This one's quite nice. So quote of the week goes as, "Embrace the glorious mess that you are." No, wait, wrong quote of the week. My bad. I mean, embrace who you are.
Yeah.
Okay, cool. Okay, here's the right quote of the week. All right, here we go. Set your goals like stars in the night sky, high, bright, and with the belief that even in the darkest moments, they guide you toward a brilliant future. Aim for the cosmos and let your journey be the consolation of your success. That's a bar. You heard it here first on the Progressive Podcast. That's the quote for the week. Wow, that's a bar. But
we hope you took notes, guys.
We hope you took notes. But anyways, as we close off the episode, we'd want you guys to like, subscribe, share with your loved ones and your loved ones' loved ones and your loved ones' loved ones' loved ones.
Your enemies,
your
grandmother.
Yeah. That ex, that keeps messaging you, just hit them with the Progressive Podcast.
Yeah, because that person is probably texting you right now, trying to do a massive comeback.
Yeah, so there's a phrase in Spanish, la remontada. La remontada,
the comeback. So
some of you might be experiencing a comeback, or some of you might be on the comeback.
This is the perfect way, guys.
This is the perfect way. Either way, you need to have a goal for that comeback. What is the goal of that comeback? Anyways, we are not love doctors, right? But however, we are chefs in the kitchen. And on the 2nd of March, we are having our first ever SIMP workshop. SIMP is our way of just, shortening the words self-improvement.
Yeah.
Right? So be a SIMP, right? A SIMP is someone who, takes care of the self-improvement journey. And in this SIMP workshop, we are talking time management. Yeah, we're talking time management. It's a ticketed event. We've got about 20 spots available and it costs 180 Rand. Yes. We will link the registration form in the description. And also just be sure, if you can't find it in the description, if it's not working for you there, head over to our Instagram, drop a follow, and then click the link in the bio and it'll be the first link.
Yeah, it is the first link, yeah.
But cool. But thank you very much, guys, for tuning in. If you didn't catch the previous episode on Goal Settings Part 1, be sure to check it out. But anyways, this is Dumi and I logging out. Thank you.
Cheers.